Wow. So God said, if you do my commandments, I am going to set you on high above all nations of the earth.
Right.
All nations of the earth is going to be beneath you.
Right.
That's what God is saying. If you keep my commandments. But he said, if you do not keep my commandments, I am going to curse you. Now, we know we're not keeping God's commandments, right? So what do you think happened to us? Bing, bing. We got cursed. We got cursed. You understand that? For not keeping God's commandments. Now, I want you to listen to some of the curses. Listen to some of the curses, right? Give me Deuteronomy 28 verse. Give me verse 45. 45.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee.
He said you're not going to escape these curses. You know Kanye West, yay, right? You hear what's happening to him in the media now, right? It don't matter if he's the richest black man in history, which he was. They coming after him. Them curses is coming after him. The people that God sent to us to do this to us for our disobedience, they sent him straight to his door. Straight to his door. And we don't got $1 billion, and we live under their boot all day, every day. Listen to the curse, read.
And overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Till we destroy.
Till now, we have no idea who our ancestors are. We think that our language is Spanish. That's his language.
Right.
This white man that came after our forefathers, that's his language.
Right.
We're not supposed to be speaking that, right? We don't.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Because we didn't listen, man.
to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
Those curses is going to be upon us for a sign. You want to know, when you go anywhere in America and you want to find the black and Hispanic people, where should you go? To the cities. What do you... Okay. Okay, there's no white people in Texas? Okay. So if I go to Texas and I say, where the black people at? What's a surefire place where I'm going to find those black people? You can say inner cities. That's the politically correct way to say ghetto. I get it. I get it. Ghettos, hoods, barrios, favelas, all those places where our people are.
Right.
That's what. Why are we there though? Why are we always there? And why when we go to other places, white people come out their door and be like, what you doing here?
Right.
Ain't you supposed to be in the inner cities? God said that's a sign. That's a sign. If I go to any city and I'm like, point me to the ghetto so I can find black people, they're going to be like, right down there. Where the beer, the liquor, the check cashing places is at.
Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Martin Luther King Boulevard. It's going to be there for sure. Right? Read verse 47.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things.
You know what that means? God, before this, he gave us everything. But we was like, you know what, I still like other things. I still want to do something else. I might like that Christmas tree. God was like, bro, what's wrong with you? I gave you everything, and you still don't want to listen to me? Okay, I got something for you. We don't.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So now because you don't want to listen to me, I'm going to make you serve your enemies. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
For your food. Read on.
And in thirst.
For your drink, you're going to have to serve your enemies. Now, Benjamin, let me ask you a question, right? In Ecuador, right? That's where you from? Okay. All right. The native people, the Incas, right? Are they in charge of their food supply? What about their water supply? Well, not. Ain't they the natives?
Right.
But God said, because you didn't want to listen to me, now you're going to have to serve your enemies for your food and for your waters. If McDonald's was like, yo, Ecuadorians, they ain't coming through here no more, you gonna be able to eat McDonald's? If the grocery store said Ecuadorians, they ain't coming through here no more, what grocery store you gonna pull up to? What grocery store you gonna use to supply your own people? Right? If the border water supply said, we're not supplying no more water to Ecuadorians, right? Well, how you gonna take a bath? You're gonna have to be in the river. You know what I'm saying? That's a curse. That's no other nation of people have to live like that, with that threat. You know what happens when the Chinese man say he don't like it here? He go back to China where he runs stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Arab man, when he don't like it, he can go back over there where he runs stuff.
Right.
When the black man say he don't like it here, white people say, go back to where you came from. Right? And they call us illegal aliens. They call us immigrants. And at the border, they tie us up with rope and beat us and say that we're criminals. This is for the whole world to see. This is a sign. Right? Read on.
And in thirst,
Right.
and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So for your clothing, for anything else you want, like a business license, like a driver's license, like insurance, like medical insurance, you're going to have to go to serve your enemies. You're going to have to go to those people that put you in chains,
Right.
that killed your forefathers.
Right.
Right? You're going to have to go to them. You can't go to your own people and be like, hey, bro, I lost my birth certificate. Can you print me out a new one? You can't do that. I can't do that. Right? These are the things that we must, that identifies as the children of Israel. Right? Read on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Now, if you look here, you see our people with yokes of iron, chains all over them, right? You see, you remember, you ever seen like a slave boat? Black people, they got off the boats, right? And they went to the auction box and was sold, right? If you look here, she's Native American. Same thing.
Right.
The Incas, same thing. All over the place. Look where we were sold and we was killed, right? Got us here and they went here. All over the place. All over the place. That's where slavery took place. Nobody was going to China to get slaves. Nobody was going to Europe to get slaves. Nobody was going to India to get slaves. They was going after us. Said they gonna make good slaves. And here we are today, not knowing who we are because of that slavery. Not knowing what God we should be serving because of that slavery. Yes.
Conquistadors did the same thing to them and took them to Europe.
Absolutely, right? They was like, oh, we got some over here that's good slaves too. When we pull up to these islands like Puerto Rico, they gonna make good slaves. You know where else that happened? They took these Puerto Rican poor wretches. They took them here and said they ain't got no backup. They ain't got no support. Let's bring them to Hawaii so they can work the fields.
Right.
So everywhere we go, every nation on earth, everybody got the same plans for us.
Right.
Right? Read on. We're almost done. Read on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Right.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
That's what we're describing right now. There's a nation that came against us from far away, right? As swift as the eagle flieth. Now let me ask you a question, right? Right?
It's on the back.
It's on the where?
Back of that.
Yeah, no, this one. I want to show this one, right? Because it said the eagle. The Lord was specific, right? What nation of people is always represented by the eagle? Always. You, not just U.S., right? You're saying the country. White folk.
Right.
The Spanish, the Romans, the Greek, the American, right? All represented by the eagle,
Right.
right? And all these people had a hand in our slavery, right? And God called it. He let us know. Read that part again.
The nation against thee from far, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Yep.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
And we didn't know their language. We wasn't speaking Spanish at this time, right? When they pulled up with that eagle flag and said, yo, come worship Jesus Cristo, the white version, right? When they said that, we didn't know what the hell they was talking about. Read on.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor shall favor to the young.
They wasn't like, oh, you put it down, officer. They wasn't like, oh, this is an old lady, let's treat her right. This is an old man, this is a kid, let's treat her right. Because they got her and her daughter right here. They don't care if you young or old. They got this little boy right here being fed to crocodiles. All them leather boots that they had back in the day, they was using our kids as bait to get them crocodiles. That's a fact. That's historical fact.
Right.
Right? Now the Christian church bypasses all of this. All of this. Now let me ask you a question, Benjamin. Why did this happen to us? Let's see, because I've been saying, listen, make sure you listen. Why did this happen to us? What did the Bible say? Why would this happen to us? They didn't listen to God. What do you mean? Idolatry. They didn't keep God's commandments. They didn't keep God's commandments. So now, if we know this happened and it's written in the Bible, what do you think we should be doing now? Keeping the commandments. Now, where are you going to learn the commandments, Benjamin? Not going anywhere right now. All right. I'm gonna give you a hint. You learn them right now. You go right now. All right. I'm gonna show you this, right? See what our forefathers used to wear? They used to wear fringes on their shirt, kind of like this, right? You can go if you go to the Halloween store and see them make a mockery of our ancestors, right? Oh, they gonna have the Indian outfit with the fringes on the bottom. But you know what? That was from God.
Right.
Right? Let's get that real quick.
Numbers chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So God said, speak to the children of Israel. That's his select people. And said, bid them, meaning make sure that they got fringes on the borders of their garments. Right? Read on.
Throughout their generation.
For how long?
Throughout their generation.
How long should the children of Israel be wearing fringes on the border of their garments?
Throughout their generation.
How long is that?
As long as they are around.
As long as they're around, they should be coming equipped with fringes on their garments. Right? Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
On the borders, on top of those fringes, should be a ribbon of blue. Right? Just like that. Read on.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them.
So God said, I'm going to give you a dress code that's going to remind you to keep all my commandments. See how specific he is? See how much he keep beating the dead horse about keeping the commandments? God is all about keeping commandments. But when you go to every other place, they want you to be free. They want you to be liberal. They say this is the land of the free, even though our ancestors was killed here. They say this is the land of the free. If you want to go smoke up, go smoke up. You want to become a transsexual, go ahead and do it. You want to celebrate this holiday, go ahead and do it. But if you keep the commandments, I'm going to call you a hate group. I'm going to say you're an anti-Semite. I'm going to say all these things about you. God said that's what I need you to do. So, Benjamin, our ancestors missed the mark a little bit, right? What they did was, they said, you know what? I like doing my own thing. I like doing what feels good, right? So, instead of doing what God told me to do and maintaining my name, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do, and now I have to serve my enemies. And they are renaming me, reculturing me, re-educating me, putting me in these boarding schools so that they can kill the Indian and save the man. You ever heard of that? Right? This is our existence. This is our history because we refuse to keep God's commandments. One of the commandments is fringes and a border of blue. And we've been doing that. The moment we stopped and did other things, the white man was sent against us to come kill us and come enslave us. And we still here because of that. So what should we be doing? Keeping God's commandments.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong